Nail or beauty school was just the beginning, right? What on earth do you do now? Welcome to the Salon Success Podcast with Monaco Nail Academy. Our topics stretch beyond nails and into all things salon-related, business, marketing, and social media, and at the very least hits you with real, honest stories about our experiences. This isn't school, this is real life, real business, and really freaking hard work. The Salon Success Podcast is recorded live on Mondays at 5 p.m. New Zealand time via facebook.com/Monaco Nail Academy, and it's available on Spotify and Google playlists. Before we get started, wherever you are, thumbs up, tag a friend in the comments, or hit that share button and support small business. And welcome to today's podcast. I'm Penny, and I am sitting here with Jessie.
Hi.
Yeah, so we've just spent we are brain fried. We've spent the whole day.
Actually, I am.
Yeah, like we are fried. Jessie has been working with us as an educator for about a month now, but part of her job is going to entail admin, and so I've been passing on a lot of admin stuff, and now we're both dying a little bit. But we
Penny has word fatigue.
Yeah.
Because I've asked a lot of questions.
And your brain's like melting out your ears.
Yeah.
And you probably got cramp in your hand from taking notes.
Yes.
Well, maybe you should have taken more. Alrighty, so what we thought we would do is to go through some more FAQs. So last week, instead of having one big topic, because there's just the two of us, we decided to do a more FAQ approach, and we went to some of our students and graduates and said, basically, what do they want to know? Like, what sorts of things are they curious about? And we got heaps of questions, and we still have some left. So we thought we would go through some of those. And I strongly encourage you, if you are watching our Facebook Live recording of this podcast, rather than listening to it on Spotify or somewhere like that, that you pop in the comments other things that you would like us to discuss in future episodes, because all the ideas we can get is awesome. Yeah. Right, like, and especially because I'm passing responsibility for organizing this onto Jessie, and she's a little terrified because, like, you guys can show your support. She's worried that because she doesn't know the answers to the questions that she can't do this. But I said the whole point of, like, the conversation is not
I'll be
knowing.
bringing in experts. Don't worry.
Yes, yeah.
It won't be me. I won't pretend I know something if I don't know it.
Yeah, I think they know from last week that you won't do that. But yeah, so we're going to do some FAQs, and Jessie would love to have some ideas from you. We can see there's a couple of people watching live on the Facebook Live recording, so jump in the comments and say hi if you're there. I know Tony already has. Hey, Tony.
Hi.
And we haven't seen Stalker Tony in a while. I don't know where. Maybe she'll pop in today.
And then what?
There's there's another Tony who watches almost every week and will always pop in and put comments in, and she became known as Stalker Tony a few months ago.
Does she know this?
I think she might have started it. Okay. Alrighty, so the first question that we had that we were going to put to you guys today is how we get clients in the off season. So you've got two perspectives here. I've been doing nails 11 years. Jessie's been doing nails for ages, but is only now starting to sort of rev up her home salon after having a baby. And so we've got two different levels of perspective here. And so in terms of off season, first of all, for those of you, hi Amy. For those of you who are new to the industry or considering joining the industry or whatever stage you're at, nails definitely has an off season. Like, have you already noticed that, even doing little bits and pieces?
Well, yeah, like I sort of tried to come in at like Christmas time.
Smart.
And people were like almost too fast for me. Like I was just like, oh yeah, and they're like, don't worry, I'll find someone else. I'm like, no. But like it was people I knew, but I just can't make decisions to save my life. Anyway, so it was a little bit hard, but yeah, it's definitely sort of lulling now.
Yeah.
But I do already have some ideas of what you can do.
So, we'll come back to the ideas in a second. Hi, Rochelle. But basically, nails is extremely seasonal. summer and in particular Christmas, which because we're in the Southern Hemisphere, so I know we've got a few listeners around the place. So for us, Christmas and summer at the same time. And so as basically daylight savings in like, what is it, October?
Yeah.
That's the start of the busy season because people are starting to go to events. It's starting to warm up. So they're wearing sandals. They want their toes done. They're being seen at parties and things. They want their nails done. The week before Christmas is absolutely manic. And then in like the end of January, it dies. It dies completely because everyone gets back and goes, holy shit, I spent a lot of money Christmas, New Year's. What can I cut? And nails gets cut. And then it slowly picks up a little bit after that thing. But then daylight savings again, which I think is April, the first winter power bill comes in and it drops again because everyone is the power bill comes in and they've got.
But then you get a little peak of ball, right?
Yeah, depending on your market. I've never promoted to get ball customers.
Yeah.
I've always tried really hard to just get regulars, and therefore I don't have time to take ball clients. But absolutely, depending on your market, you might have a busy couple of weeks with ball season in the middle there in winter. But so there is definitely an off season. And Tony mentioned as well, like weddings in summer definitely boost that summer rush.
And not just the bridal party, like the guests of weddings.
Weddings are just another party that everyone is going to, and that falls in summer again.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we do to get clients in the off season? Jessie, you said you've got a few ideas. What are you planning to do?
Well, I guess I actually really started building my clients just after Christmas, and we're only in March now. And what I've been doing is I had to offer myself out. I had to promote some mobile work because I couldn't do it any other way. And so what I've been doing, and I found I've got regular clients from it, and then clients branching from those nights, is doing girls' nights.
Yeah.
So it's a group booking, and I've told them, like, I'll come out if there's less than 3 of you, but you have to pay this money. Whereas if there's like 3, then there's a smaller fee. If there's 4 or 5, then it's like I've waived the fee. It's not so bad for me because all my stuff's already packed up. But I find that people are really enjoying having an excuse to have a girls' night.
Especially in winter because it's cold and they don't want to leave the house.
Yeah, and I just find that those girls' nights are sort of growing and growing, and I have different girls' coming to the regular girls' night I have at this one lady's house, and then a couple of those girls that have been there but haven't been back are booking their own girls' nights. And for me, it's worth it because I'm doing at least 4 people's nails in one go.
Yeah. I think one of the best things that I was told, which I definitely got caught in this trap a little bit, people tend to market when they're busy. They feel real good. They've got more money. They inject some of that money into things like Facebook ads, Google ads, marketing, and that sort of thing.
They've got more stuff to show people what they've been doing. Yeah.
And that's really, really important. But also don't stop marketing in the other times. And then sometimes when you get really, really busy, that's when you stop marketing as well, because now you're really busy, so you feel like you don't have to.
Or you don't want to because you'll get too overwhelmed.
Yeah, or you don't have time to. But actually, it's really important to consistently market the entire time so that in summer, in the busy season, you are promoting to the people that are going to come to you in winter, the quiet season. Mm-hmm. And I definitely would fall into that thing of being like, oh, well, I'm busy, I don't need to market. And then they all drop off for winter and no one's left. Yeah. So what you want to be aiming for is a full winter and turning people away in summer. Yeah. Not you don't get full in summer and go, oh, I've done it, I'm done. Because no, summer did it for you. You didn't do it, summer did it. So you're wanting to be full in winter.
Definitely. And I think I've got to think of some other ideas, but I think that nails nights, like when you have a girls' night in the summer, you go out.
Yeah.
Whereas when if you have a girls' night in the winter, people are sort of getting a bit.
You want to go around to a friend's house and
and they're getting cabin fever, but they still want to go out. And so having somebody come in and give them a pick me up in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you go to a friend's house, you don't really have to dress up the same way as if you went out. So, like, it's a bit cozier. Yeah, I think the girls' nights and just events in general are a really good way of bringing people in winter. Like, we tend to do more things as well, like kids events or, like, pop-up salons at, like, Pilates studios and stuff like that. We've talked about that before, going out and working with local businesses. Kindies, we'll do like a pop-up event at a kindy, things like that. I think events are a massive part
like
of bringing in
winter
extra.
pick-me-ups, like, yeah.
And in summer, you're hopefully too busy and you don't really have time to do these events, but in winter you use your time to do it, and then that gets you more word of mouth clients further on. And anytime that you do an event, make sure that you are capturing all those people's contact details. So you should be still getting all of the guests to fill out a consultation form, but just making sure that you have their email address or some way of getting in touch later to thank them for coming, so that then they have your contact details and they're more likely to come back to you.
What I do is I give my clients my card with my bank details on the back, and they're usually paying over on the table while I'm doing the other ladies' nails, but they like taking that.
Yeah, giving them the card is real good, but also if you contact them, not spammy, just like thank you, they're more likely to return that conversation rather than initiating a conversation based off purely just the card, but do both.
I think I've had most of the women add me on Facebook as well while I'm sitting there chatting with them. So that's the thing, is like you can have the whole room talking, and then all of a sudden all of them have added you on Facebook, and then all of them are adding a review as I'm doing like the ladies' nails. So it's fun for me. I enjoy it.
And I think just remember, like, the other businesses we were just mentioning, like Pilates studios and kindies and other female-centric businesses, a lot of them experience a lull in winter as well. Like, not so much the kindies, but like a lot of the gyms get quieter because you don't want to go to the gym, you want to stay home.
You don't need a bikini body in winter, but you need to start your bikini body in winter.
I think most businesses get quite quiet in winter, or most that are similar to what we do. So pairing up with other businesses to create these events is quite good because they're looking for ways to do it too. I wouldn't do discounts in winter though. I don't like discounts at the best of times, but I think
you'll be proud of me. I did a girls' night and I didn't have any specials.
Yes, and they still booked.
Yeah,
that's
happy,
good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. So pop in the comments below if you are watching the Facebook Live, other ideas that you guys have to get clients in the off season. But I think events are a massive one. Networking with other businesses that have the same target market. It's a good time to go back to your previous clients who may not have rebooked and say, like, hey, just checking in on you. Like, I've got some new colors. I've got offering luxury services now, whatever's new, just getting in touch with the people that haven't come back to you recently.
Or even like customizing those luxury services to winter.
Yes, perfect.
Like, I have my luxury services, but I've got this scent to clear your sinuses. Or like I don't know, I'm just
orange and clove, or like ones like quite wintry scents. Or having like hot chocolate and stuff. I know of a couple of salons that do hot chocolate with like I think it's Orly Nail Boutique have like chocolate fish on the side of their hot chocolates and stuff like that. So you can just say like, come in for hot chocolate.
I also really love it when other nail artists put on their page the new colors that they've got relating to the season. So it's hard for us in New Zealand because often we buy products from overseas, and so we've got like England or America introducing their spring line when it's autumn. And so I do feel it's important to be buying some autumn colors coming in, even if it's just 4 autumn colors, and then introduce that like the week before, like even now, like it's just starting to cool down.
Hold on to them, you mean?
And then people are like, oh, I could do with a maroon on my fingers. Like, it's just, I don't know, there's something about color that makes
clients come in all the time and go, what new colors have you got? And then when you go in the middle of winter, you go, I've got this brand new neon yellow. They're like,
they don't want to wear it.
And like they get that the colors come out at the wrong time of year, but they've seen those colors for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally. Hold on to some. Cool. Okay. Well, that hopefully gives you guys a couple of ideas. So another question that we had, and that question, by the way, was from Parveen. And just to one little extra part, Parveen said, is it good to have offers or weekly deals to get more clients rather like in the off season? We touched on it, but oh, hi Catherine. We touched on it, but definitely not. You don't want to become a discount brand unless that's your goal. Like if you like Briscoe's is a discount brand, everyone knows if you're going to buy something from Briscoe's, just wait and it'll be on special. You don't want to be that Salon.
So true. I walked into Briscoe's once on a Wednesday and everything was full price, and I literally turned around and went, stuff
like
that.
I'm not paying that.
Yeah, and I was just like, what's going on here? And I noticed like there was nobody in the store, and all the women were just standing around like,
yep,
what do we do?
Because like everyone knows that you just wait for Briscoe's because they will have a sale.
So I'm learning that it's more important to introduce new things as eye candy rather than free things.
Yes, definitely. Like the luxury brands, they don't have sales. Like you don't see like the Kardashians being like, thank God I got half price off my Louis Vuitton. No, they want to be
I don't
elite.
think I'm quite a Kardashian now.
No, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
People that want to spend money are like quite proud of the fact that they are able to. So yeah, don't be a discount brand unless that's your goal. So yeah, then the next question that we had from last week came from Bernice, and she said, what means of referral process is the most responsive from clients and how do you set it up? So I've interpreted this question to be like getting referrals from clients. Is that how you would interpret it? I didn't double check, but that's
yeah.
I think it's like if you have a referral program where if you bring a friend, you get XYZ. And so
I would sort of interpret it as how do you refer as well? Like how do you...
What means of referral process is the most responsive from clients? Yeah. But about referrals in general anyway.
Really.
So like, like if you bring a friend, you get 10% off or,
Hi,
Bernice, like this. Oh, so this is Bernice that asked the question, but she's actually responding to what we were just saying. Yeah. So she said she likes the seasonal colors idea and she doesn't want to be known as a discount brand, but maybe Bernice can actually elaborate as well and clarify what this question means. But I'll start chatting about my interpretation of it anyway, because you'll still get something out of it. But if Bernice was meaning like having a referral program where you refer a friend and you get $10 off your next service or things like that, which I think is what she meant, then I actually think there's not a lot of value in having systems like that where you say if you bring a friend you will get XYZ. So I think that there is like, so for example, I have never, ever told a friend to go to somewhere because I was going to get something for free. Because the thing is, if that place is shit, then I don't want my friend to go there because I'm the one that referred them, and that's going to reflect badly on me. I will only refer a friend somewhere if I think that friend is going to like love it. Yeah. Like they're going to be like, oh my God, I'm so glad that you referred me there. And so if I feel that way about a business, it doesn't matter if they were offering me $10 off or a free cuticle oil or whatever. I was going to refer anyway. It's about the service. And I think... I
don't enjoy telling friends to do something because I'm going to get something for free, because then I
feel a bit guilty.
Disingenuous. Like I don't want to be like, hey, come here because I'm going to get a free coffee.
Like, if you're going to get a free something, I feel a bit like, what if they find out that I got something for free? Like, are they going to think that I only told them to come here for that reason?
Yeah, and what if you go together and I get a free mani and she gets a full price mani? Like, really?
Unless it's
my friend's just done me a favor.
2 for 1 and you both go halves.
Yeah.
But then I wouldn't recommend that you do 2 for 1 because there are some times that you should.
Every now and then.
Yeah. But but like in general, 2 for 1 is a 50% discount, so that's a lot. But I do think that where you get value with doing something for referrals is if you do surprise thank yous. So like if instead of you promising them something, then when they do refer a friend, you send them a card in the mail just to say thank you. Nothing in it, like no voucher, nothing free, just a card that is handwritten that says thank you. Or if you can fit it into your budget, like into your costings for your salon, something like a smile box. So we've talked about smile boxes on here before, #not sponsored, just a real cool little business in New Zealand. I think it's smilebox.co.nz, but they're little gift boxes that are all $19, and that includes shipping. And they're just like a little box with a card and some chocolates or some tea, or like there's some healthy ones.
I know that Rochelle has something similar homemade. I have something similar. It's called my little box of happiness, and every time I go into a shop and see something yellow, I buy tons of them, and then I just put little packs together.
Yeah, perfect. So like I like Smilebox because I like doing less work. But
you can also send cookie time cookies as like a postcard.
Yes. Yeah, I forgot about those.
And they're cheap.
That's real cheap, yeah. So sending something like that with a handwritten note that says, or as close as you can get to a handwritten note. I think Smilebox, they write the note for you. I don't know if Cookie Time does. But like a note that just says thank you, and they weren't expecting it. And when you get something that you weren't expecting, you appreciate it so much more.
Yeah.
Like,
I was going to say that. Like, I was going to say, for me, the reason I would surprise a client is because I'm so disorganized that I wouldn't be organized enough to set up a referral system. But like my idea is like I would love to surprise them. Like, say if somebody's brought on a regular client and I'm like, hey, that lady keeps coming back. And then when that person that's referred it, I'll be like, okay, next time she's booking in, I'm booking her an extra 20 minutes and I'll upgrade her to luxury.
Yeah.
Or I'll give her 2 feature nails for free. But like, I'll just say it at the appointment. Like, I'm grateful for you.
Do you have a spare half hour? Because I'd really love to do this for you because you did this for me.
Yeah. So like, it's like going back to like the parent-child sort of thing, like rewarding good behavior rather than
punishing bad behavior, or them knowing what they're going to earn. Expectation ruins everything.
Like, I like to just surprise my kids by being like, look, I've been asking you to do way more chores. Here's this. Rather than, if you do these chores, you will get this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when you expect something, it takes all the magic out. Like, and the other day, one of our students got me a bunch of flowers on her last day, and like, okay, like I would never ever expect it, but like every now and then I'll buy myself some flowers on the way home just because I love having flowers in my house. And so I often have flowers in my house, but to have someone walk in with a bunch of flowers I was not at all expecting made my whole week. And like, it doesn't have to be something of that much value. Any little surprise. When one of my clients once walked in with a frozen Coke, so it costs $1, but she knows I love frozen Coke. That made my day.
Mate, like it's like it's the love language, gifts.
Yes.
Like, my husband learned that gifts doesn't have to be spending all your money. He went to the bank once and it was Rugby World Cup season, and he knew that I wanted a chart on the wall so that we could start putting scores in, and like, because I like to like go for England and he likes to go for New Zealand. So I wanted to like chart it, and he went into ANZ and they had a free one and he brought it home. And to me, that was so thoughtful. Like, know your client's love language.
Wouldn't it be good if you could put that on the consultation form? What's your love language?
What's your love language?
Mine's not
you do the dope test on your...
Mine's not even gifts. My love language is acts of service. But to me, something like...
So acts of service, you could upgrade them to luxury. Words of affirmation, write them a card.
The surprise flowers and stuff like that kind of were an act of service in a way. Like, they still did something for me. You know, like,
they thought of you.
It's not the thing that means that much to me. It's the fact that they did it. Yeah. So I guess that covers both of them. Yeah. Rochelle just confirmed that Smilebox do write their own messages. So it would be cool if we found out if Cookie Time do the same, and if you have any other ideas to put them in the comments of the Facebook Live. But yeah, like Bernice used an example in the comments saying, if you refer a friend, you both get 15% off. And like that does help solve what Jessie was saying, where like we were saying we don't want to get something and our friend doesn't. However, like for a $50 service, that's $7.50 off. That doesn't, I don't really care, to be honest. Like that $7.50 could have bought so many things that would have meant more to me than $7.50 off. So if I had turned up and you had like, so where we're situated, there's a cafe at the end of the driveway. If I turned up and you had like a little coffee and cake like out, or just a coffee, or just slices, I don't know, just something little, that means so much more to me than that $7.50, because me not spending $7.50 doesn't mean I have a heap of money. It means that like it just goes into the bank account
abyss of your bank. It
just doesn't exist.
I know
it's
what
not
you mean.
special. Like I just think, although I wouldn't complain that I got $7.50 off my service, I think $7.50 worth of something means a lot more than
like what are
getting it.
What are the things that you can add quickly to, like, say if somebody comes in with a friend, what are the things you can add quickly? You can quickly add glitter.
Yeah.
You can quickly give them a hand massage.
You could do a mask, because while it's sitting on one person, you're doing it on the other, and then vice versa, because there's two people there, so it wouldn't take that long. Just little things. Like you can even like those cheap jewelry stores at the mall, you can get heaps of stuff for under $10. And if someone's been a regular for a while and you've popped into the mall for some other reason, pop in there and just see if there's like a little necklace or something that you think suits the style. Like, because I know my clients pretty well. Like I know their style pretty well because it influences their nails. So it's my job to know their style. So something like that, that's pretty cool if they get a little box with a little gift.
You could get like tons of studs, just start collecting studs. You can get like 5 sets of studs for like $12.
Yeah.
And then give them a pair of studs that match their mani that day.
Cute.
Yeah.
You could actually turn that into a special where you match, where if they bought like, if they chose a set of studs to match a manicure, they got the studs for free. Like you could turn it into a promo. But yeah, I just think in terms of referral systems, don't do them. Do them backwards, where you thank someone, not persuade someone. Alrighty, so I think, what other ones do we have? Bernice also asked last week, do we send the same ad from social media via email for those clients not on social media, or do you make a different ad? So first of all, I wouldn't send ads via email. Like when you do social media and marketing and stuff like that, it's actually much more about the value that you can give someone than the ad part of it. So there's an 80-20 rule that we've talked about before, where 80% of your marketing should be free value, like contributing to someone's enjoyment of social media. So entertaining or inspiring, or helps them, just distracts them, or they're procrastinating, so it entertains them during that time. And your emails should be no different. So 80% of a mail out should be free value if you're doing a good job. I know we all get lazy sometimes and just send out a quick email, but you should be aiming for 80% value and only 20% sales prompts. But if it is the case that you are putting out a sales prompt, I think it's okay that the offer is the same, but I would change up the picture, or like change up the phrasing, because the thing is, a lot of people are on multiple platforms, so you don't want them to see the exact same thing on Facebook, on Instagram, on email. Like you want them to be interested. So, and the thing is as well, if they are on multiple platforms and the ad didn't catch their eye the first time, then a different heading, different picture, whatever, might catch their eye on a second platform. So,
like sometimes a certain picture can actually promote interaction, and certain pictures would be just for scrolling, for like eye candy. Like I find that Instagram, I expect most people to just be scrolling through, whereas Facebook, I might add a little bit extra.
Yeah.
And like ask them to book, or like,
Yeah, I just think, I
would never ask them outright. to book. I don't know.
I
how
don't
would do it, but
duplicate.
yeah.
I try not to duplicate as much as possible, but
I am at the moment because I don't have much
content. Yeah. Just the goal should be the least duplication possible within reason and within the amount of time that you have, but that's the goal. So Rochelle has a real good question in the comments of our Facebook Live. She said, do you have any advice for turning the models you're using for portfolio or assessments into regular clients other than impressing them with your skill and knowledge, of course? So you probably don't like my answer, but don't bother trying.
Because they're getting free manis with
it. For me,
and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, $60, please.
But I value my nails, and I would not ever book in as a model for free for getting my nails done.
Yeah.
Because I'm a nail snob. So I'm the person you want as a client, and I'm not sitting there as a model. Whereas your models are people who have chosen to get their nails done. Rochelle says in the comments she knew I'd say this. But your models are people that chose to get their nails done for free. They may value their nails. I'm not saying they don't, but they don't have the budget to honor that value that they have. And some models will go on to rebook with you. So your knowledge and your skill will get those people because that's what they value. But you're not going to, most of the people that come here as models for portfolio work or to be a model for an assessment, things like that, they can't afford to get their nails done by someone highly skilled and experienced. That's why they're here. So you use your knowledge, you use your skills, you tell them about your business, you give them contact details, but I wouldn't say that they are your demographic for a regular returning client necessarily. There are some, but I wouldn't aim
know.
for it.
I wouldn't know what to say to this purely because I lived in Taranaki and my models were all from Auckland.
What about portfolio though?
But my portfolio, a few of my portfolio women did turn into clients, but I had reduced prices for my portfolio, but what I did so that they knew when it was going to go up is I actually did my price list up, and then my portfolio price list was literally that price list with the regular prices crossed out so they could see what it was going to be. And then I gave them plenty of notice that as soon as I passed my exams, this is what they'd be paying. And I kept a few of them.
I think the key thing as well is that you charged them from the start.
Yeah.
Because if you...
especially for gel polishes and things that I knew I was good at. Occasionally, I did charge them for acrylics right from the start, but there were a couple of times where I was just desperate for a model, and so I would literally call somebody I knew and
be
just
like, please,
this is a one-off. Would you like a set of nails?
Yeah. Yeah, I just...
But I didn't advertise on my page who wants a free set of nails, because then people are going to look at my page and just wait for a free set of nails.
And you become Briscoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wouldn't... Just use your knowledge, show off your skill, and
make sure they know your Instagram and Facebook handle, and if they want to find you, they'll find you.
Tell them how to rebook. Ask if they want to rebook. Make sure they know how much it costs. But I think the key with yours, Jessie, was that you were charging them the whole time, whereas a lot of the models here,
you told me
free.
Not to do it for free.
Yeah, but no one listens to me.
Yeah. Well, I was scared of you, so
good.
Still am.
That's how I like it.
So I definitely charged people.
So I think we have time for one more. So I have a question from Sapana, and this ties in really well with what Rochelle was just saying. So Sapana's question was, if you were just qualified and starting a home salon, how and in what ways can you get clients to come to you? So Jessie, how have you got the clients that you've got so far? Because you are in the situation that Sapana's referring to.
I started posting on my local page. So we have a
Facebook page?
Yeah, my local TK page. I shared it from my personal page. I shared my business page from my personal page. So I was just talking about this the other night with one of my clients. I find it a lot easier to speak as Shy Nail Design than as Jessie Wright.
Yeah.
Because I am the entity of Shy Now Design, but nobody knows that it's me speaking, so I can promote
Do you know
myself.
about Sasha Fierce?
No.
Beyonce's alter ego? So
No.
Beyonce has a stage alter ego. In real life, she's really shy, but then before she
Oh,
goes
okay.
on stage, she
She's
turns
Sasha
into
Fierce.
Sasha Fierce.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, it's the alter
I've
ego
basically
effect.
been locked in my house for like 10 years.
You are Sasha Fierce.
Yeah, so I find it easier to promote. So if you go on and promote through your page, I did promote it as Jessie, but sometimes I just sort of like go and do it. And also I just started talking about it. I just started talking to the people I knew and let them know. I just found that a lot of people that knew I did nails don't book in with you until you say, so when are you going to get your nails done? Like in a cheeky way, because people actually were like, oh, she's just had a baby. I'll just wait to hear when she's back in business. So you have to be quite bold about it.
Yeah. I think almost all of my stuff at the start was referrals. So I just did my best to impress people the first time that they came in. Almost all of it was referrals. But when I went full time and I really had to push to get clients for my home salon, I went to a lot of networking events. I approached a lot of businesses, so I would go mobile to a workplace and sit and do all the nails for the office one day. So I went to New Zealand Post every second Friday. I went to I think it was Westpac in the city every second, like Thursday probably.
Make it easy for them.
I went to one of the I can't remember what it's called, but there's like a polytech in South Auckland that I went to and did a whole bunch of the teachers on like maybe every second Wednesday, whatever. And so I did that for a lot. And then a lot of those people ended up coming to me. When I was doing mobile, I would encourage people to invite a friend. So to try and build up the girls' nights that you guys have been talking about. What else did I do? With what worked really well for me one time was with the networking events that we would go to, there was one called Media Mingle and we couldn't go one particular month. So I messaged the organizers and asked if I could put my nails on them. Like, do you want a free manicure? So that during the event, the organizers who are mingling with everybody have my nails on. And I ended up doing 7 people from their PR firm, which isn't quite what I meant. However, a lot of them had amazing connections and I ended up getting work for TV3 and Women's Day and stuff like that out of it, just from having done that. So that, and I just said yes to everything. And I approach and ask people, like, my sister messaged some Georgia
within your boundaries. Like, don't neglect your children and stuff.
What?
When you said I said yes to everything. Like, I think it's important to set boundaries.
Yeah. So you whispered, don't neglect your children. So yeah, I don't have children, so I was able to be more flexible. Yeah.
Like I want to say yes to everything, but I also have to remember that if I was to reach burnout, I don't want to completely can this nail tech thing. Like, I want to pace myself.
But I think the point is that at the time, you're nowhere near burnout because you've got no clients.
No, yeah.
Once I had clients, I stopped doing all of this and just focused on my clients. But yeah, definitely within your boundaries. But like, you say yes, but you can say yes, but you can say yes, but I can only do it on Thursday, kind of thing. Yeah. But yeah, so I said yes to everything. And I would approach people too. So I would that's what I was saying. My sister messaged some George FM DJs because they had been talking about getting their nails done on the radio. And she messaged them and said they should come here. And I said I'd do their nails once for free. And they mentioned it on the radio, like stuff like that. Like, I did a lot of stuff like that. I did a lot of people's nails once for free, but only if they were influential. Like, when I did this, there wasn't, the word influencer wasn't what it is now. So I don't mean go and grab influencers. If you can, sure, great. But people who have wide social networks or people who have a radio show, sure. But yeah, I just went out, and anyone who had any influence at all, I'd be like, I'll do your nails once for free. Because the thing is, I was full time. I had nothing else to do. But then I would never, ever do someone's nails for free twice in that scenario. Unless they were going to do something for me.
Unless it was going to be like a really good relationship that was bringing you
like the radio girls I would do for free in exchange for them mentioning me on the radio. And they would do that quite often. But in general, you get one freebie. Now go tell your friends.
Yeah.
And that was about, so I just did that. I kept myself busy.
I think it's hard if you're a bit more introverted, but I'm like an extrovert become an introvert, and I find that sometimes I just have to like suck it up and go for it and just be bold, because no matter how scary it is, like that's kind of what I'm
extremely introverted in real life, but then I have like my eye on the prize. Whatever, like I know what the goal is, and whatever gets me to the goal, then I can push myself out of it for.
My rule is, if I'm hovering over something and not posting it, I ask myself, is this going to be good for me? Am I going to learn something? Am I going to promote my business from this? Like anything in life. And if I'm literally just holding back just because I'm crap scared that I'm going to be embarrassed or people are going to think I'm stupid, I click the button before I can have another thought.
Yeah, that's good.
Because otherwise I just won't do it. Like I'm just too scared. And so you just have to like spell check it. But then like once you know, then just go for it.
Yeah. And I think social media in real time is quite important. A lot of people overthink their social media and they're trying to curate these perfect platforms, but actually just like telling people when you're excited about something is more important, because you can see when someone's genuinely excited.
Totally.
Yeah. That's hopefully a few ideas. I just really pushed myself to stay busy, and obviously I don't have kids or anything like that, so I had more flexibility around when I could do that. But if you set hours, like Jessie has like Fridays and Mondays or something. So if you know within those hours you say yes to everything.
I think what I meant by that is there have been a couple of times where I've missed opportunities and I start like kicking myself. I've got to remember that I made that decision because it was the best decision for my family and my kids. And so I need to stop beating myself up. Otherwise, I'm just going to think I'm crap all the time.
This is why I encourage people to have really strict working hours. Like even when you don't have a full clientele and in theory you could do anyone at any time, I really encourage people to have working hours. And so it becomes easy to say yes to everything because you're working that day or you're not working that day.
You've made the decision before the opportunity comes up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Cool. Well, hopefully that gives you guys some ideas and some inspo. As we said before, if you have any questions or things that you would like us to cover, drop them to us on Facebook, via email, however you can get the question to us so that we have some topics to cover. Next week, I won't be here. Jessie will be. We'll see what happens. And we have a couple of things coming up. We have online masterclasses coming up in March. Feel free to message us and ask what I mean about that. We have e-file training on the 1st of April. We have beginner classes starting in April. So jump on our website, www.monaco.ac.nz, to have a look at what we've got coming up. I am Penny. My Insta and Facebook, if you want to follow me and see my work, is Penny Lawler Nail Artist. And then Jessie, what's your one?
Shine Now Design NZ.
Same on Insta and Facebook.
Indeed.
Perfect. Awesome. So thanks for joining us today, guys. Tag a friend in the comments if you are able to, just to spread the love and help us out with the podcast. And we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Never know where my hand is.